Hello, future warriors, and welcome back to SSB Crack Exams. I'm Hemant, and I'm here back with the notification regarding the AFCAT 2 2021 examination. Yes, you have heard it very properly that Air Force Common Admission Test 2 2021 notification was very recently released officially by the Indian Air Force, and it included the details regarding the vacancies and the other important details regarding the age-related details, educational qualifications, the important scheming and the marking procedure of the examination, conduct of the examination, and various other details. So in this particular lecture, I will be dealing with the complete updates regarding the AFCAT 2 2021 examinations notification, so that I am decoding the whole notification in a very brief and short understandable manner, so that every aspirant will get to understand the whole details, the complete notification in a very short and in a very crisp form. Before beginning, as I always introduced to you, that SSB Crack Exams is actually India's largest, most preferred online defense exams preparation portal. If in case you are preparing for the upcoming defense examinations like NDA, CDS, AFCAT, especially if you are preparing for the upcoming AFCAT 2 2021 or this examination, I highly recommend you that you please download SSB Crack Exams learning app, so that in our application you will get the complete access of the video lectures, the live classes, study plans, study notes, the mock test, wherein which after every mock test you will be getting the rank analysis. Thereafter the complete syllabus is properly updated, and you can also have the offline access to our application, which is the best part of our application. You can choose any one of our courses if in case you are preparing for the exam, especially the AFCAT related candidates. I highly recommend them that you please do take AFCAT course, wherein which we have already launched AFCAT 2 2021 live session, AFCAT exam overview details, study plan analysis, notifications, personality development and motivation related details, reasoning, military aptitude, numerical ability, English, strategic, history and various other subjects are already completely covered from our side, so that these subjects will help you very properly in your examination preparation. You can even go through the test series. We have already launched AFCAT exam mock test series, which is already live in our test series. So you can go through with that and subscribe yourself towards the mock test series, because a lot of the aspirants have got benefited with that. You can use the code warrior10 to get a 10% discount on all of our courses, and you can also have an interaction with our defense counselors who will help you out in your exam preparation. So what are we actually trying to discuss in this particular notification? We will discuss about the courses for which this exam is being written, that means AFCAT 2 2021, which particular courses are the aspirants eligible for, and what kind of aspirants are eligible for what kind of courses. Thereafter, we will discuss about the important dates that you have to remember. First and foremost thing, I will discuss about the courses. Thereafter, I will discuss with you about the dates that you have to compulsorily remember. Thereafter, I will give you the official details regarding the branches, the course number and the vacancies as far as the official notification is concerned. Then I will discuss the date of birth and age cutoff, then educational qualifications and the marking scheme and cutoff. Thereafter, I will examine and discuss with you about the exam scheme, that means how is the exam conducted, about how many papers, what is the syllabus and what is the exam schedule, what is the timing and all that we will discuss in this particular session, right? So moving forward, now the Air Force is now inviting the applications for the courses that are starting in the Air Force Academy in July 2022, that means July next year. Okay, these applications are invited for short service commission in flying branch, permanent commission in ground duty technical non-technical branches, short service commission in ground duty technical non-technical branches, permanent or short service commission for NCC special entry scheme for flying branch. This is for the first time NCC cadets are also considered for the short service commission in flying branches. Previously, NCC cadets were only considered for the permanent commission, but as of now they are also considered for the short service commission. This is something that you have to remember. And also these entries are open for meteorological department also, right? So it is SSC in flying branch, PC and SSC in ground duty technical and non-technical branches. NCC candidates can apply for either PC or SSC, but they are eligible only for the flying branch, and this is also updating for the meteorological entry. So the details regarding that, who can apply for what kind of branches and all, I will be discussing now, so please stay in tune with me. Moving forward, the dates that you have to remember, first and foremost thing is the dates of the submission of your application. That means for you to apply is, you can apply at any time between 1st of June 2021 to 30th of June 2021. Starting from today to the end of this month, by 30th of June 2021, you should complete your application. Only those applications that are coming in this time frame will be taken into consideration. Any other one that is coming after this time will not be taken into consideration, right? And the application page will also automatically close. Exam will be conducted on 28, 29 and 30th of August 2021. It doesn't mean that exam is on 3 days. You will be given a slot on any one of the day and you will be writing. So candidates will get their exam day from any one of these 3 dates. Okay. So if in case you are an engineering graduate, or if in case you are applying for the ground utility technical branch, if you are eligible for that, then those candidates should write both AFCAT and EKT also. Engineering knowledge test is an extra examination that candidates will write after AFCAT. So AFCAT will be of 2 hours of time and EKT will be of around 45 minutes of time. So EKT is compulsory for those candidates who are applying for ground utility technical branch, who are eligible for that also, right? Qualifying in AFCAT is important. Qualifying in EKT is important only for technical branch. Okay. If in case you qualify in AFCAT, then only you will be able to get the call letter for the AFSB. If in case you do not qualify in AFCAT, you will not get any call letter for AFSB. Understanding? So even if you qualify in EKT, but if you do not qualify in AFCAT, you will not get any call letter for the AFSB, that means Air Force Selection Board interviews. Moving forward now, here are the branches and the course number and the vacancies regarding the notification is concerned. So the for the flying branch regarding the AFCAT exam entry, so this AFCAT entry, this is only for the Short Service Commission for both men and women, and the course number is given. There are around 96 vacancies as of now. Huge number of vacancies are there as far as this exam is concerned. So for the ground duty technical branches for both aeronautical engineer electronics and aeronautical engineer mechanical courses in the Air Force Academy, for both of them, both permanent commissioner and short service commissioner are available for both men and women. So aeronautical engineer electrical, around 20 permanent commission vacancies are there, and there are around 78 short service commission for ground duty technical regarding aeronautical engineer electrical. Regarding aeronautical engineer mechanical, there are 8 permanent commissions available, 8 permanent commission vacancies, and there are around 31 SSC vacancies in aeronautical engineer mechanical entry. Going through regarding the administration branch, there are 10 permanent commission entries and 42 short service commission vacancies. There are 4 permanent commission vacancies in education branch and 17 short service commission vacancies in that. Moving forward regarding the flying branch for NCC special entry, this is that entry where AFCAT candidates, they do not have to write AFCAT exam. They can directly apply using their NCC C certificate. Only Air Wing C certificate will be taken into consideration. For those, they can directly apply for this. They will directly get the AFSB interviews and all. Around 10% of the seats out of CDS vacancies for PC and 10% for SSC will be allotted out of these AFCAT vacancies as far as this particular entry is concerned. And there is also a meteorological entry, which is ground duty non-technical. It comes regarding that. So there are permanent commission and short service commission courses opened for both men and women. There are 6 permanent commission vacancies and there are 22 short service commission vacancies. This is for the first time Indian Air Force has released a huge number of slots since the AFCAT exam has been conducted, and this is the large number of vacancies have been released, and a special article regarding that is already live. The link for that is already there in the description. If in case you are interested with that, you can go through with that. So this are the details regarding the vacancies that you can have. Right. So moving forward, what are you eligible for, sir? If in case you are getting a doubt regarding that. So for the flying branch, any general candidates, the age limit should be between 20 to 24 years as on 1st of July 2022. That means by 1st July 2022, your age should not be more than 24 years and your age should not be less than 20 years. To be more specific, the candidate should be born between 2nd of July 1998 to 1st of July 2002, both dates inclusive, right? So including from 2nd of July 1998 to 1st of July 2002, your date of birth should fall in between these 2 dates only, then you are eligible for this. Now, for those candidates who also have a DGCA issued commercial pilot license, if in case you have a CPL license, then your age limitation will be 26 years and you should be born between 2nd of July 1996 to 1st of July 2002, both dates inclusive. Moving forward regarding the ground duty technical and non-technical branches. So this is for the technical and non-technical branch. The age limit is 20 to 26 years. Okay, this is as usual same. So your date of birth should be between 2nd of July 1996 to 1st of July 2002. So one thing that you have to remember, the age limit for the maximum age limit for flying branch is 24 years and the maximum age limit for the ground duty branch, be it both technical and non-technical, it is 26 years. Okay, now moving forward with the educational qualifications, these are for the flying branch. If in case you're opting for the flying branch, the candidates should have mandatorily passed with a minimum of around 50% marks in their 10 plus 2 or intermediate in both mathematics and physics. That means you should have 50% marks in mathematics as a minimum and also 50% marks as a minimum in physics in your 10 plus 2 or intermediate. Along with this, you should have any one of these three. Okay, you should have any one of the following. That means you should either have 60% marks minimum in your 3-year degree course or 60% marks minimum in a BE BTech degree course. That means which is the 4-year one, or a minimum of around 60% marks or equivalent in section A and B examination of associate membership of Institution of Engineers or Aeronautical Society of India. Moving forward, regarding the ground duty technical branch, these candidates should have a minimum of around 50% marks in each physics and mathematics as usual, like the flying branch, but they should have a minimum of a 4 years degree graduation in or integrated post-graduation qualification in engineering technology. That means they did not mention any cutoff for your engineering degree. That means those candidates who have 50% marks in physics and have 50% marks in mathematics, but they have also passed in their graduation or post graduation regarding the BE BTech degree. Either they should have a BE degree, or they should have a BTech degree, or they should have an integrated BE BTech degree. Okay, so they should have an integrated BE or integrated BTech. Okay, also they can also have their integrated post graduation also. Okay, so these graduates can directly apply for the graduate technical branch. Remember, their qualification should be only related towards engineering and technology only. Okay, so they are increasing the viability of the number of officers as of now. Moving forward, regarding the ground duty non-technical branch, these candidates who are applying for the accounts and also for these people, they should have mandatorily passed 10 plus 2. For these candidates here, there is no 50% cutoff, right? So for the previous, for ground duty technical and flying branches, there was 50% cutoff for mathematics and physics, but here there is no cutoff mentioned. So they should just pass their 10 plus 2, but they should have any one of the following from the university. Understanding? So they have a cutoff in their graduation. Remember one thing, for ground duty technical branch, there is no cutoff in their graduation, but there is cutoff in their intermediate or 10 plus 2. But for ground duty non-technical, there is no cutoff in their intermediate or 10 plus 2, but there is cutoff marks regarding their graduation. So they should have any one. That means they should either have minimum of around 60% marks in their 3-year degree in any discipline, or they should have a minimum of around 60% marks in 4 years degree in any discipline. Remember, it is mentioned any discipline, and a minimum of around 60% marks or equivalent in section A and B examination of associate membership of Institution of Engineers or Aeronautical Society of India. Now going through those people who are applying for education branch, so they should have passed 10 plus 2 and PG. They should also have finished their post graduation only. Okay, undergraduates are not eligible for this, only post graduates are eligible. They should have finished their post graduation with a minimum of around 50% marks in any discipline, including integrated courses offering PG. Okay, so those candidates who are applying for education branch at any point of time, they should not have any single degree without permission, and they should not be the lateral entry candidates. Okay, and 60% marks in graduation should be there in any discipline. People will be asking, sir, will lateral entry candidates, if they are joined through engineering, are they eligible for this exam? No, lateral entry candidates are not eligible for any branch in all of these courses that are mentioned regarding the AFCAT examination. Moving forward, regarding the meteorology branch, they should have passed a minimum, they should have passed 10 plus 2 examination and also postgraduate in any stream. And what stream, sir? They can have their postgraduate degree either in science stream or mathematics or statistics or geography or computer applications, environmental science, applied physics, oceanography, meteorology, agricultural meteorology, ecology and environment, geophysics, environmental biology. So these are the subjects. You should have a postgraduate degree in any of these subjects, only then you will be eligible. Other than these, if you have any other ones, you are not eligible. You should have passed your 10 plus 2, and you should also pass your postgraduate, and you should have a minimum of around 50% marks aggregate in all papers put together. Okay, and you should also have 50% marks in your maths and physics. This maths and physics should be studied at graduation level. Okay, so your graduation should include maths and physics, and it should have a minimum of around 55% marks. So this is something that is mentioned regarding the notification is concerned. Moving forward now, regarding the exam details, there are two papers actually for all the technical candidates, but for all the non-technical candidates there is only one paper. So for generally there is only one paper regarding AFCAT, and in AFCAT you have four subjects which is divided. The whole question paper is divided into four parts, which is including general awareness, verbal ability in English, numerical ability, reasoning and military aptitude test. So this AFCAT exam is of 2 hours of duration. There are 100 questions and it is carrying a maximum marks of 300. So each question there will be three marks will be awarded for every correct answer, and 1 mark will be deducted for every incorrect answer. Remember, there is also negative marking in this exam. Okay, so every question carries 3 marks and every wrong answer will reduce 1 mark for the correct answers that you have attempted. And to be more specific regarding the AFCAT related examination, there will be 25 questions coming from English, and then there will be 25 questions coming from GK or general awareness. There will be 18 questions coming from numerical ability, okay, and then there will be around 32 questions coming from reasoning part. Okay, this is the basic number of the division of the number of questions that is asked in the AFCAT. Generally, AFCAT exam follows this pattern. There might be changes, around 1 or 2 changes might be there, but this is the most probable pattern that is followed by the AFCAT paper setters. Moving forward regarding the EKT, for those candidates with one of those choices as technical branch, only those who are opting for ground duty technical branch, for them this EKT paper is compulsory. Those who are not eligible for the ground duty technical branch, they are not allowed to write EKT. They do not have this exam. So regarding EKT, there are different streams. EKT will be conducted in either streams. It depends. Either is EKT mechanical, EKT computer science, EKT electrical, electronics and all. So you can choose any one of that EKT depending upon your engineering stream, and then you can write that exam. The duration of EKT is around 45 minutes. There are 50 questions in this, and here also each question carries 3 marks. There is 1 mark for every incorrect answer. The total number of marks is 150. Okay, qualifying in AFCAT is compulsory. Okay, you have to qualify in AFCAT, only then you will be allowed to call for AFSB. If you qualify in EKT, then you will be also shortlisted. If in case you're also qualified in EKT, then you will be considered for the ground duty technical branches. But if in case you do not qualify EKT, then you will be not considered for the ground duty technical branches. Okay. So you people might be asking, sir, what if I qualify EKT but I do not qualify AFCAT? Even in that case, you will not get any AFSB call letter. Remember, qualifying in AFCAT is compulsory, but qualifying in EKT is not compulsory. But qualifying in EKT is compulsory if in case you are aspiring to get into the ground duty technical branch of Indian Air Force. I hope that you all guys are getting whatever I'm trying to discuss. Now here is the syllabus that is regarding the AFCAT examination. All of these topics are already covered regarding SSB Crack Exams app. You can download that and you can check the whole updated content. Lots of candidates, a number of thousands of candidates all across our country are becoming future Air Force officers. They are preparing, they're qualifying every AFCAT exam they are preparing for. So regarding the syllabus, in the English, the topics will be covered. It will be ranging from comprehension, error detection, sentence completion, filling in of correct words, synonyms, antonyms, testing of vocabulary, idioms and phrases. Moving through with the general awareness, questions might be asked with a varied number of topics, which include questions from history, geography, civics, politics, current affairs, environment, basic science, defense, art, culture, sports and many others. Regarding the numerical ability section, questions will be asked from the topics of decimal fraction, time in work, average, profit and loss, percentage, ratio and proportion, simple interest, time and distance, trains, boats and streams and all. Regarding the reasoning and military aptitude test, these questions will be asking from the verbal skills and spatial ability. It will be regarding the verbal and non-verbal reasoning part, and the content regarding that is already completed from our side, which is inspiring a lot of candidates as I've discussed already. Moving forward regarding the exam schedule, you can take a screenshot of this session. Also, the notification is already given in this particular description box in this under this particular video, so you can have a complete PDF understanding. In that, this whole exam schedule is mentioned, so you can see the timing of the examination, the shifts that are there on each and every particular exam. Remember that you are not, so candidates will not be permitted to enter the exam center under any circumstance after the pre-exam verification process has commenced at 8 hours for shift 1 and 12:30 hours for shift 2. The updates regarding this will again be given in your admit card. So while you are going through with the admit card, in the admit card they will mention your reporting time and all. Please do strict and adhere towards the rules and regulations that are mentioned in the notification and in every other updated upcoming content and all. In the upcoming sessions, I will discuss on how to apply for AFCAT 2021 examination, and until then I would like to remind you again that you can choose the AFCAT exam online course 2021 to 22. That means AFCAT 2021 exam will be your beautiful updated exam, and the complete course regarding that will be made from our side. The whole test series is also live regarding this, and AFCAT 2021-22 mock test series is also live from our side, and many of the candidates have already subscribed, and their preparation is going on with very good and proper pace. So you want, if in case you are interested to join in one of our courses, and if in case you want to get guided from one of our subject matter experts and make yourself that you're assured that your preparation is going extremely rock solid so that you qualify in the upcoming AFCAT 2 2021 exam, for that you can use the code warrior10 to get an extra 10% discount on all of our courses and on this particular course. And also, as I would like to mention, please do make sure that you download this, do like, share and subscribe to this channel, and also make sure that you're educating other aspirants regarding this exam and also regarding SSB crack exams. All the very best. Please do maintain COVID safety related norms and regulations. Please don't go outside. Make sure that you are maintaining all related COVID norms. If in case you are in the lockdown, make sure that your preparation is going much more double rock solid, and join with us to make your preparation much more energetic, much more enjoyable, and so that your preparation is going with full dedication and proper study plan given from our SMEs. All the very best. Always stay safe, stay healthy, always be confident, keep smiling. All the very best. Jai Hind.